love is this, oh my soul, my soul? What wondrous love is this, oh my soul? What wondrous love is this that caused the Lord of bliss to bear the dreadful curse for my soul, for my soul, to bear the dreadful curse for my soul.
Welcome, everyone, to the Old Testament Survey Analysis. I am the analyst, JD, along with the host of the Old Testament Survey and pastor at Moores Mountain Church, Pastor Gavin Whitcomb Sr. Pastor Gavin, you just did the book of Nahum, which is another short book. Last week's was also short, the book of Micah. Of course, our after show was not short, but this is another of the shorter books of the Bible. And really, there's not really too much that I wanted to go over with you. I think it's pretty clear.
One thing I wanted to point out that I think is pretty cool about this book is that it mentioned like specific details about how Nahum would be judged by God and destroyed. And that's how it happened.
Yeah.
That unexpected rise in the Tigris River that went right by the city, or might have gone through it.
Yeah.
It rose and washed away part of the wall, and then the enemies were able to get in. And I mean, how could anyone guess at that?
Yeah.
But God knew it, and he revealed that through the prophet Nahum.
Yeah.
But another thing I think about is, you mentioned earlier that the book shows us how God judges, wicked civilizations.
Yeah, this is another one. This was not the first time we've encountered.
Yeah, it's a common theme, and in fact, it happened to Israel and Judah. God's people when they turned away from Him, and so it makes me wonder, like, if America continues to turn its back on God, like, what's going to happen to us? It makes you wonder. It makes me wonder.
Yeah, although this recent election, the elections are happening recently after or before we shot this a couple of weeks ago. Trump just won the presidency, so I think that's a good sign for our country. I think that was a big statement for our country.
In my view, that's an example of God showing mercy to us.
Opening people's eyes to see what the truth is. So
a lot of people are waking up and seem to be recognizing the truth, and how the mainstream media lies and is basically a propaganda machine of the left.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's definitely a blessing on our country. The fact that we, I don't know, I haven't gotten a chance to look this up yet, but I mean, it's the largest popular vote victory that we have seen in at least the last 5 or 6 elections, at least.
Yeah, for a Republican,
Yeah, I mean, even for
that's what I'm really pleased
the popular vote by this much before. I mean, you're talking about 4.5 million votes. He won the popular election by. That's huge.
Yeah, it's I'm thrilled that he won the Electoral College, but even more so that he won the popular vote, because that shows there's a mandate from the American people. The American people are saying, "Hey, this is what we want."
That's
not the Biden-Harris.
That's exactly. You're exactly right on that, Pastor. The statement by the people, not just for the presidential election, not just for the popular vote, but also the Republicans won the House, they won the Senate, and Trump won by such a huge margin in the popular vote that it is a mandate. Like they have a mandate. The people have spoken, and now it's up to our elected officials to actually see that through. So, but it was definitely a blessing that it happened in that kind of way.
Yep. I see it as God showing us mercy, and I am so thankful.
Yes, so am I. I was so worried the night of the election. I mean, not so worried, but I was concerned. I was concerned about what might happen or how it might unfold, because it was looking good all night, but that's how it happened in 2020. And then I went to bed with him leading.
You care about our country.
Yeah. I mean, I went to bed. He was leading our state by 250,000 votes, and I got up and he lost by 500,000. So I don't know what happened.
I stayed up till
Me too.
I slept till like 3. I think I went to bed at 3:00.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed up until it was all but over. I think until it was basically all but over.
But when he won Pennsylvania, then I knew, he's got the electoral.
That blue wall flipped red.
Yeah,
that blue wall flipped red and never turned back. And that's when I was like, and then once he won some of the other states, I was like, yeah, it's not turning around now.
Yeah, I think it was too big to rig.
Yeah, you're right about that. But that's what we bring that up, because a nation can save itself from being judged if they take, if they see their ways and return to the Lord, then he will grant us mercy. So we bring that up because, like it or not, I'm sorry, but the Democrats are promoting evil stuff, and the conservatives want to keep our values and keep our country safe. It's pretty clear. So
right, yeah.
I think that was a big statement, and I think that'll help us with judgments, or at least, it's a good sign. Postpone the judgment, maybe, if nothing else, to see how the people and the elected officials react. And that's what happened in. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the city.
Nineveh.
Yes, and Nineveh. Which it happened in Judea, and it's happened in countless cities already in the Old Testament that we've been reading through. So don't think that it can't happen, because the Old Testament's filled with it. I think it's a recurring theme for a reason. I think there's a reason that it tells us the same story, but with different cities and different prophets and different people trying to help the city. I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else you wanted to bring up?
No, that's about it.
Well, then that's the book of Nahum. And our look for next week. What's next week's book, Pastor?
Habakkuk.
Yeah. So look for that, and they'll be released on Pastor Gavin's channels on YouTube, and on Wednesday nights, and on the Boiling Point podcast channels also on Wednesday night. We're not doing the alternating anymore with the new releases and stuff, because it got to be too much. So, but you can look at it on both of our channels. So watch it on one or both. Please share it out to help us continue to grow our channels. And at the time that we're making this, Pastor Gavin's almost at 100 followers on YouTube. Let's get him the rest of the way. So if you haven't yet, go follow him on YouTube, and let's get him to over 100. Until next time, I am the analyst for the Old Testament Survey, alongside Pastor Gavin, who is the host. And that's the end.
So long.
Love is this, oh my soul, what wondrous love is this, oh my soul, what wondrous love is this, here comes the Lord of bliss, to bear the dreadful curse, for my soul, to bear the dreadful curse.